my beautiful Star Collective. Welcome to our reading. We have no expectations for what is going to come out in the message today. We're just going to let the cards speak to us in a way that pleases the soul. So what do we need to know today? Well, right on the bottom of the deck we have gift. I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. Beneath that, safe space. I accept and respect you for who you are and ask only the same in return. So it seems there's a gift here. Ooh. A gift that comes as a result of you taming and taking control of negative entities and energies in your life. You have tamed the beast. It's led to a newfound sense of security, and this will continue to grow in momentum, I'm hearing. I'm getting the image of you standing inside of, I don't know if you've ever seen Shutter Island, but in that movie there's this cliff and there's this cave, and it's in the side of a cliff. And I just saw you inside of that cave looking out. And when I first got this, and I'm getting chills all over, when I first got this image, it was a very dangerous storm. You were witnessing a really dangerous storm from within your cave. There was really no choice but to just witness it. But as soon as I saw that vision, the skies cleared and the waters calmed, and a sense of peace fell over you and washed over you entirely. You were cleansed in the same way that this scene that you were looking at was cleansed. Right now, you may feel like things are coming together. And as I said, this is from you letting go of things in your past that weren't positively supporting you. You learn from your mistakes and you take that, make adjustments, let what isn't meant for you go, and you have faith for the future. So what is this gift, Spirit? Tell me more about this gift. This is a gift of the heart. I'm hearing you have healed yourself so that you can heal others. And you, this is so cute. I actually just heard, I think it's Shabuzi actually. He sings Everybody in the Bargain and Tipsy, but it's more in a country tone. And I just heard that in this era, basically how that is coming through to me is you and all of those that you affect are going to be drunk in love. There's an innocence and a freedom to this energy, and there's a newness to it as well. As I said, you were washed clean. Your energy field was. You may feel more still in this moment as well. And the path before you may not be so defined, but I'm hearing the point of the path isn't to create definition at this moment. It's just to embark on this brand new beginning. The number 0 is coming through. Okay, so it's from here, I'm just hearing you're meant to discover, you're meant to find. You're meant to discover, you're meant to find, you're not meant to define. Especially in advance. Okay, in every sense of the word, this is a new beginning for you. A new beginning of the mind, a new beginning of the heart. Your heart opening. You may experience like an uptick in socialization in your life. Your heart, more than anything else right now, is really coming through as having expanded through this experience, and you've reached a high degree of emotional intelligence. You have a wealth of knowledge, not just when it comes to the mind, but now when it comes to the heart as well. There is a great deal of depth about you. Depth. And that's interesting because I kind of said there is a great deal of depth about you, and it's like, I do feel the sense that as deep as your heart now is, you've experienced the opposite of that, but you're on the other end of that now, whereby the deepness is in positivity instead of pain. You're essentially ready to, put all that you've learned to practical use now. Okay. We have the world coming out. The quote on this card is, "What I've been working for is already done." It's a sign of success, fulfillment, to a sense of belonging and wholeness. In some way or another, you've reached a goal here. So it's time to just pause and, accept that as the... I'm just hearing like explosive, but it's like, accept it as the grand positivity that it is. Sorry guys, I don't know how to better say that. But essentially this is like a moment that you may have not taken stock on because you have been going through a lot. Okay, I'm seeing that, and I'm, like you, am not focusing on what you've been through. You're focusing on your faith for the future, and you're taking the lessons that you've learned and you're moving forward with them. But it's a great time to say, to pause and be thankful and be proud of how far you've come, I'm hearing, and to acknowledge that you have reached a goal. You have accomplished a goal. Okay, right now you are in alignment. You are in total alignment with the field of consciousness around you. Okay, you are actively participating in creating your reality. You are a conscious creator of your reality. It's essentially like if life was a game, you've achieved the ultimate character in the game. Okay, you can now move around in God mode. You're creating however you please. You're not on any other level except for the highest level of creation. Woo. Okay, you guys. And not just to mention that, but in response to this energy, we have the Empress coming out. Not only have you unlocked this level of, you've locked this level of ability, you're also utilizing this ability. Okay, with the Empress, we have pregnancy, fertility. Okay, so this is in a symbolic sense, if not a literal sense, you creating. Okay. It's a symbol for continued growth, union. You're in union with yourself and in union with your environment. You have learned how to conversate with the universe in a way that, fosters a conversation. You don't feel like life is just happening to you anymore. You feel like you're an active participant in it. Wow, you guys, I'm so happy for you. You've had to work through a lot of confusion, a lot of illusions, and it may have felt really I'm hearing torturous and treacherous while you were in that territory. But every single one of those, like, movements you made while you were in that process, you know, those moments, they sharpened your sword. And your sword is your intellect. Every single step you took and every single step you take sharpens your sword. And there's a point when you felt like you were sharpening sword for potential battle, but now you just realize, you know, it's more for, like, when you have this sword period, you're less likely to be messed with. You know, when you have no sword, people are more likely to come in and try and take what isn't theirs. You realize, and I think what this is like boundaries. Okay, you thought before that having no sword was the best for you. And now to protect your peace and your prosperity. But now you're realizing it's imperative that you not only have a sword, but keep that thing sharpened. We have Two of Cups coming out here. And to me, in this reading, okay, because I get the sense that you are solely focused on self. And I'm proud of you for that. This Two of Cups card to me then is essentially symbolizing your union with your inner self, perhaps your inner child, but just your higher self at least. And, you know, it's a union with self, but also I'm getting in a bigger picture and grander scale, it's a union with, like, the deeper consciousness of the universe. It's a union with your consciousness, and then outwardly also the consciousness of the universe. I'm getting the image of, like, energy fields around human bodies where it's doing like a like that donut shape where it's like there's, how do I explain this? It's like, it's not just a dome of energy, but there's energy flowing, like, in and out of you, and it's in correlation to this conversation you're having with the universe. Like, you may feel like the universe just absolutely loves you right now, and it's true. Okay? It's fulfilling everything you desire. Like, your consciousness and your subconsciousness. Ooh, those are also in union. That's, wow, terrific. You have done a lot of shadow work, okay? There's not that many crevices, if any at all, left that you haven't shown a light on. And I get the sense that there may be a few little slivers here and there, but you're working to discover them. I get the sense that, you know, you feel like there's one more little thing somewhere, one more little crevice. It's like you've lit up this whole room, but in this room, you know, there's a dresser or a desk, and behind that desk is where the shadow is, you know. But you will discover these places. I'm just hearing like a hound dog. You're gonna sniff them out. That's what you came here to do. You didn't come here to be limited. You didn't come here to be stifled by fear or any other low vibration. That's not your path. Your path is not pain. Your path is love. You have overcome things in a way that's like, you're not just going to achieve your wealth, you will achieve it independently, okay? You are able to, I see this as a good sign in the sense that you have healed yourself in a way that you feel whole upon yourself. You don't look external to you for, you don't look external to yourself for answers or resolution or, I mean, not in the sense that it's like, you think you don't have space to learn. That's not how it's coming through. I think you know how it's coming through. It's like, you know, you don't look for other things to complete you now. You know, in the past, you may have had addictions because, for example, it's like, in the past, if you were anxious, you may have felt like you needed cigarettes or a vape to take that edge off. But Or if you were like feeling down, you were like, I need caffeine to pick me up. I need something to pick me up. Or if you were stressed, you're like, I need to smoke to relax. But you've gotten to a place where if you need to relax, you know how to make yourself relax. If you're anxious, you know how to calm yourself down. If you need energy, you know how to revitalize yourself. You don't look external to yourself because, well, we're not going to get into that, but what do they need to know about this safe space, Spirit? This safe space comes as a result of the choices that you've made. Okay, the safe space is checked into reality. There is a high degree, and I'm hearing 100%, a high degree of clarity. And it's interesting because we actually have the Seven of Cups in reverse. This is talking about sobriety. And I was just talking about how in the past you may have used like external things, and all the things that came up were like cigarettes, smoking 420, and, coffee and stuff like that. Okay, substances. You've released substances that were like hindering your path for growth because they were self-soothing. So it's like that, sorry, it's just coming out like this, but it's like that scab was always there. When you took away the substance, you essentially started putting Neosporin and like, balm on this wound of yours so that it could finally heal. As long as the substances were in place, that was just staying raw. Like, as long as you were leaning on cigarettes and smoking other things for anxiety or whatever else, you were going to remain in that state of anxiety. As ironic as that is. You were doing it to feel help. And I think you genuinely are someone who wants to help yourself. You just didn't have the clarity, the full clarity at the time to realize the ways in which they weren't helping you. Although you had inklings and you had intuitive nudges and you did have intelligence. And that's what brought you to removing these things, stripping them from your life. But now you have even more clarity. You have even more clarity now that the healing would have never came if you would have stayed in that path. And now, on the bottom of the deck, okay, so underlying energy to this is Knight of Cups. Ooh, I just got really toasty too, you guys. You are like burning with desire for life now, okay? The keyword on this card is creative expression. We have the heart chakra, the moon space, Scorpio. You are full of new ideas. To many, I mean, really to all, you are like the ideal man or woman. Okay, you're someone who's following your heart in this moment. You take inspired action. You follow, your intuition. When you see a sign and synchronicity, you listen to it and you act on it. You have, in many ways, discovered your truth, and you're on this path of continuing to discover your truth. Okay, no one else's, your truth. And I just heard drop in the ocean, a drop of water in the ocean. So it's like, maybe before you were like diluting your energy with all the energies around you, and now focusing on yourself has provided a clarity of energy. And the universe knows how better to respond to you now because your energy has more clarity to it. It's like before when it was everybody else's energy and yours. Not only was your energy diluted, but the field of consciousness around you that's feeding into you, like the synchronicities and like the universal consciousness that you're conversating with. It didn't know what was yours and what was everybody else's. And it could hear you, but it was like, like when songs are coming through on the radio, like in an overlapping sense, and to their static, it's like you don't know which station you're on, and you don't know what songs are hardly playing really. So the universe couldn't respond to your wishes the same in the past as it does now, because you have called all this, you have defined what is your energy and what is others' energy. And because of that, this conversation, it's like now you and the universe are on a phone talking and no one else is on the line. It's just you and them. Like how you hear me now, if you were to speak back to me, that's you and the universe right now. Okay? You are someone who, like, honestly, I'm hearing impressing the cosmos with your capability, your inner knowing. You have developed a self-trust that is, like, undefeatable. And there are things within your abundance that are yet to be revealed. Okay? Your spirit guides want you to know this. So just keep discovering your truth and keep outpouring. Just as I say that, we have strength on the bottom of the deck. The quote on this card reads, "Strength begins with a choice to be kind to myself." It's like this whole journey began with you just acknowledging one of your needs. And then it snowballed. I'm hearing it snowballed, and I'm literally seeing like, oh my gosh, I was seeing like a snowman, like the snowball has literally manifested itself into a full man, okay? And I was actually getting, I forget, I think it might be Snow Day, I can't remember though, but there's this movie where, and it might be Tim Allen, but I also still can't remember. There's this movie where a snowman comes to life, and it's like, this one ripple you sent out that says, "I respect myself and my needs," it has rippled itself into its own, like, it thinks for itself at this point. It's a reflex for you. And, you know, I'm just hearing, like, you really don't have to work anymore. I'm just hearing, you can just send in your dogs, your hounds. Your hounds are your self-respect. Oh my gosh. But we have this landing on Six of Wands in the end, okay? This is leading to your recognition. The recognition of who you are in your heart, who you are as a person, who you are at the core. And you're going to be applauded for who you are, okay? There's a high degree of, like, recognition here. Maybe to the extent even of fame, if that's what you're after. Like, if that's the path that you're on. But nevertheless, you are going to have a crowd of support around you, and you're going to be in the spotlight, and you're going to be riding high. Okay, let's see if Spirit has any final words from this deck. So what you should focus on going forward, because there's been an ending here, okay, and I'm hearing the coffin has been closed and nailed shut. Okay, so because of that, what you want to focus on is moving forward, maybe even moving abroad, okay, but focus on your self-confidence, focus on your faith in the future, your freedom, your belief in yourself. Focus on how you're happy with the choices you've made and the outcomes they've brought to you. Focus on how you're happy, how your hard work is paying off, and that now you are experiencing life in a deeper capacity than before. Okay, we have Temperance and Three of Wands coming out. Temperance, the quote on this card reads, "I know my extremes, now I seek peace." And the key word on Three of Wands is foresight. Okay, so it's like remaining peaceful, remaining balanced, because when we are relaxed, we manifest easily. We manifest most easily. When we're thankful, when we're relaxed, when we're at peace, that's when our signal is, you know, the most clear. When you're on a high vibration, your signal is very clear. So you can manifest easier. Okay, and this can just come from keeping your boundaries and holding your vision, while also practicing thankfulness, practicing love, joy, compassion, high vibration energies and emotions. Okay, curiosity is one. And we have a true intentions deck, and I am burning up, you guys. Oh my goodness. I had to fan myself off real quick and lift my hair off my neck. You are like burning with a passion to create. Seriously, like I'm getting just like waves of heat rushing over me. Any amount of wind feels good to me right now. And I think, you know, that's interesting. I think you are like, you are so thirsty for knowledge right now. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So right now, we have coming out the collaborate card. We are aligned in our purposes. Let's combine forces and help each other succeed. So there are going to be, if they haven't already manifested themselves physically in your environment, you are on the pathway towards like minds. Okay. Understand, I'm just hearing, you know, I don't want to focus. I understand the sensitivity of where you're at, okay? And we do have some messages coming out of here, and I don't want to ignore them for your sake, but I also don't want to focus on them. But what I will say is, don't relearn mistakes. Don't relearn lessons you've already learned when it comes to things you've let go and things you've left behind, things you've released. Don't relearn lessons, okay? Realize your growth. You inspire greater depth and expansion within yourself and others. And through all of this, remember to remain humble and thankful. Okay, the universe is literally here in support of you. Your spirit team, your higher self is here in support of you. And they expect nothing in return. Nothing in return. Just stay on a high vibration. Oh my gosh, and as I say that, positive comes out. Just stay on a high vibration. This positive card reads, my intentions are pure, and I only want to elevate and improve your life. Okay, this is a good news era for you. I'm going to leave this message off here for now. I hope that reaches you. I hope it touched you in a very deep capacity. If it does, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below. If you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave a tree, green heart, or earth emoji in the comments. And subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Bye for now, and thank you so much for being here and for listening.